Welcome to this 10-minute training. We are talking about the three biggest budgeting mistakes that everyone makes, which usually makes them hate it, and then they stop doing it, and then they say it didn't work. It's a big cycle. So let's get into it. Before we do, just know at the end of this video, I am going to share a resource with you that is my favorite signature method of budgeting that is so much easier than everyone tries to make it, I promise. So stick with me. Let's get going. So, first, who am I? My name is Nicole Weaver. I'm an intuitive financial coach and a money management strategist. And let me just give you a hint as to what that really means. When I say intuitive, I'm not talking about the magical woo woo energetic stuff. I'm not saying that I have all of the answers for you. What I am saying is that I coach you on how to trust your intuition when it comes to your money. Being able to trust yourself with money is one of the most important and powerful things that you can do. And once you can do that, implementing really solid strategies that fit you and your life becomes the fun part. Yep, you heard me right. I like making budgeting fun. So let's talk real quick. What is a budget? And why does it feel like a four-letter word to so many people? When I ask this question all the time, I say, what's the first word that comes to mind when you think of the word budget? And I hear things like, ugh, or restricting, or control, or these like negative terms. It makes people feel icky when they hear the word budget. Here's why. When people think of budget, they think of the phrase, I am on a budget, or the phrase, that is not in my budget. So when they think of that, they think of being restricted, of being held back, of being told what they can and can't buy. And it becomes this feeling like you're being completely controlled by this magical, mystical thing called a budget. Let me just clear this up for you. A budget is simply a plan for what you're going to do with your money. It is a plan that you create, that you decide on, that you lay out for what you want to happen with your money in the future. Whether it's a budget for the month, for a week, for the quarter, for the year, doesn't matter. A budget is simply a plan for your money. And that is why I tend to call it a cash flow plan, because it doesn't feel like such a four-letter word, right? It's a cash flow plan. It's a plan for what to do with the cash flowing in and out of your life. So let's talk really quickly about the mistakes that most people make when they start trying to figure out how to budget that you might relate to. And if you do, drop a comment, let me know. Do you relate to one of these? Or do you relate to all of these? Have you felt these issues before? We're going to talk about each one of these. I will briefly talk about how you can kind of overcome that. And then I'm going to tell you about my signature budgeting method that is so simple, it is ridiculous. Let's go. Mistake number one. Mistake number one is overcomplication. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen ads that would be like, oh, are you overwhelmed with budgeting? Here's a 75-page budget binder. Or you don't know where to start with your budgeting? No worries. Here's a pack of 26 spreadsheets you can look at to choose from. And I'm just like, first of all, none of that is going to decrease anybody's overwhelm. But also, we are making this process way too complicated. It does not have to be 75 pages of a budget binder. It doesn't have to be 26 spreadsheets. You don't even have to have a spreadsheet, okay? It does not have to be so complicated. The other way that people make it too complicated is they try to have too many categories. They might have one category for dog food and one category for dog treats and one category for dog boarding. I'm like, no, we're going to have one category for dog, right? Simplify what you're doing. Take it back to the bare bones, back to the fundamentals, because the more that you try to add to the process when you're not super comfortable with it to begin with, the more uncomfortable you're going to be. So stop overcomplicating it. Keep it simple. The second mistake is people try to copy paste budgets, whether that means you're copy pasting your same numbers every month and trying to fit that exact same set of numbers every single month, regardless of what else is happening in your world. Or maybe you're copying someone else's numbers. Like, well, so and so only spends $500 a month on groceries, and so I'm going to try to do that, right? Or maybe you've seen things floating around that's like, here's your recommended percentages for, how much you should be spending on A, B, and C. And then you get frustrated because it doesn't fit your life, right? If you try to copy paste month to month, if you try to use somebody else's numbers, if you try to do what's quote unquote typical, you're going to feel like you're boxed in. You're going to feel frustrated and you're going to feel like it doesn't work for you. The truth is, what you have to do is let your budget be customized. Make it yours, make it your own, make it make sense to your life and what you have going on and what your priorities are. That is the easiest way to make it start actually feeling like you can do it. Third mistake, it's not holistic. So what I mean when I say this, I will ask people what they do for budgeting, and they'll be like, well, I have a spreadsheet, and it has all my bills on it and the dates that they're due. And I'm like, that's it? Yeah. Okay. A list of bills and the dates that are due does not factor in everything that you need to spend your money on. Your budget, your plan for your money should factor in all of the things you know you need to spend your money on. That means we're not leaving things in the wind. We're not going, and then whatever I have left over, I'll use for gas, groceries, fun money, etc. No, we're going to make a budget for gas, a budget for groceries, a budget for fun money, a budget for the dog, right? Because we don't want to leave anything to chance. We don't want to leave anything to, like I said, be in the wind. We don't want to wing this, right? We want to have factor in everything that is going on in our world, which includes factoring in unique circumstances. The example I always give is my family has like 9 birthdays between November and February. And so our gift budget during the winter is a lot higher than our gift budget during the summer. During the summer, it is my mother and my daughter are the only ones who have birthdays, one in July, one in August. Everybody else is between November and February. So if I tried to make my gift budget exactly the same every single month, that would make zero sense. So factor in your unique circumstances. Have more than just a list of your bills. Don't let anything fling in the wind where you're not quite sure exactly what the plan is for category A, category B. You want to have a holistic picture of what's happening with your money. So just a quick recap. The 3 big mistakes that people make with their budget is they overcomplicate it. They try to make it cookie cutter. They try to match it to somebody else's, or they try to copy paste, or it's not holistic. It doesn't really factor in their unique circumstances, and it leaves stuff to chance, which we all know when you leave stuff to chance, the chances are it's not going to go well. So let me introduce you really quickly to my signature budget method. It is called the simple budget method, and it is exactly that. It is so simple. In fact, you can literally do it on one single blank piece of paper. You don't need any special binders. You don't need spreadsheets. You don't need anything. A single sheet of paper would do this for you every single month. So this PDF, totally free, this ebook, grab this. It's going to walk you through my simple budget method to get you started with a budget that actually works for you. It's going to show you how to keep it simple. It's going to show you how to not copy paste every single month and look at every month individually and really understand your circumstances. And it's going to allow you to be holistic and address all of the areas of your life without overcomplicating it, right? It's going to help you do all of those things and prioritize them, which is really powerful. This is going to give you a foundation that you can work from every single month. You can work from it. You can always come back to it as you grow through your money journey. This is going to be a super, super powerful foundation for you. So scan this QR code or go to www.NicoleWeaver.com/simple. That is Nicole with an H, NicoleWeaver.com/simple to grab your free simple budget method PDF. Get started with a simple, fast, quick, efficient budget that actually works for you.